Good afternoon and welcome to season 2 of Standing Tall with Shennette Sparkes. On this episode, I'll talk about Lupus Month and Mental Health Month. I'll talk about different ways lupus may affect the brain and many mental health issues that some people with lupus battle with. We all know May is Lupus Awareness Month. It's also official Mental Health Wellness Month. So I thought it would be perfect to talk about many of the things that lupus patients deal with when suffering with lupus. According to the Lupus Foundation of America, 15 to 60% of lupus patients will suffer from some type of chronic depression while suffering with this disease. When I read that statistic, I wanted to know why. What complicates your emotions when you're living with lupus and you're taking so many medicines? And that was the answer. After researching it on WebMD, Lupus Foundation of America, also usinlupus.org, I found out that lupus, up to 50% of people battling with lupus will have the lupus attack their brain and spinal cord at some time. And it can attack their spinal cord and their brain from simple ways as fatigue and memory loss to more traumatic ways as far as strokes and heart attacks, which lead to further damage. Actually, 1 in 5 people living with lupus will suffer some type of cognitive dysfunction because of the lupus. And what causes the cognitive dysfunction is the antibodies that the lupus produces makes our blood become thicker. And if you're suffering with lupus, it makes your blood become thicker, so then your blood doesn't flow and move as easily and sometimes doesn't clot like it needs to. So we know that can lead to memory loss, fatigue, confusion of the brain. We also have a large percent of people that suffer with lupus fogs. And for a while, I used to wonder what was a lupus fog every time I heard about it. And it's basically a time where you experience memory loss or some type of confusion where you may be reading the same sentence over and over, or you may be stuck basically in a fog and in a state where you don't really know what's going on. And then you come back, sometimes it may seem to consciousness. 1 in 5 people living with lupus can also experience something that calls central nervous system lupus. And that's where most of the active activities from the antibodies in your lupus is where it is attacking your brain and your nervous system. Many people with lupus not only suffer from a lot of cognitive dysfunctions, but also a lot of emotional complications. As I was researching, I came up on a statistic that 15 to 60% of people living with lupus will fight some type of chronic depression at some point. And this is basically the feelingness of sadness, hopelessness, helplessness, that they can't go on. And I understand that this is very, very complicated for a lot of people to understand, because most people who battle with lupus, you can't necessarily physically see them dealing with this disease. And that's what makes this disorder very complicated to manage and to deal with emotionally. Many people who battle with lupus are on something that people call an emotional roller coaster. A lot of times they're like ticking time bombs. They some of the medicines, like the steroids, cause you to cry at any instance. Some of the medicines, like the steroids, again cause you to be very fatigued and depressed as well, so it makes you feel lethargic and feel down. I've also researched that a lot of complications and a lot of emotional trauma that comes with lupus is because many people with lupus deal with a lot of change, a lot of loss. For myself, I lost a lot of my weight, I lost my hair, I lost my skin, and people don't understand that when you're dealing with a lot of loss, it's like if you're grieving over and over and over again. And if you don't know how to handle grief, if you're not in an atmosphere of love and companionship and support, you can really just be hurt and traumatized over and over and over again. Just going to the doctor, hearing them tell you so many negative things can really put a damper on your spirit. So I just would like to encourage anyone who's suffering with lupus and might be battling depression, since it is Lupus Month and Mental Health Month. I would just like to encourage and empower you to live, to find a reason to live, to find hope, to find love, to know that you're beautiful, to know that you're created to be who God wants you to be. That no matter what you're going through in life, no matter how bad you feel, no matter how bad you may think you look on the outside, know that God is doing something through you and to you on the inside. And I just want to empower you today that May is Lupus Awareness Month. May 10th is World Lupus Day. May 16th is Put on Purple Day. So join our fight about lupus. Join our cause. Stand tall against lupus. Spread your message, because the more you spread your message, the more you will be empowered. The less likely you will be to be depressed. The less likely you will be to want to stay home. You'll want to go out and just share who you are with the world. So I hope that someone smiles today because of this video blog. If you know anybody suffering with lupus or any mental illness, please have them follow us at First Coast Lupus Fight. Have them follow me _Shennette Sparkes. And have them subscribe to this video blog. We will continue to give messages not only of awareness and education, but of hope and empowerment, because we want everybody to live. So again, I want to encourage you to be bold, to be beautiful, but to be who God has created you to be. No lupus will stop us, and no mental illness either. God bless you. Have a great day.